What's going on, guys and brothers, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. And in today's video, I got a video that's going to help you guys out tremendously in Fortnite Battle Royale. That's going to improve your guys' gameplay, your building, your editing, your aiming, and everything to help you practice for tournaments, help you warm up, and just basically all the aspects in Fortnite Battle Royale Chapter 2 and in Fortnite in general. This is going to help you with. So what you guys are going to want to do is take a peek at this little creative setup that I built. So if we come over here, I built a little section made for edits. I built another section made for uh, aiming, and I built another one for builds. So this actually took me like 10 minutes to make. If you guys don't know what it is, I built a bunch of stuff to practice my editing, put some bots down with a vending machine to practice my aiming, and then I just got an area where I crank builds. And then I do this every time before I stream, before I game for hours, before a tournament, just to improve my overall game. And this actually took me like less than 10 minutes to make. So if you guys need help with all of these things, you know, zone wars, solos, battle royale, nothing's helping, just practice in creatives, maybe bring a friend, maybe go solo and just practice. And I'm actually gonna do a little demonstration so you guys know how this works. And what I did was, when I start the game, I put the timer on 5 minutes. So I'll practice 5 minutes on building, 5 minutes on editing, 5 minutes on aiming, and I'll do this on each one, so it's a total of about 15 minutes, and it's just a good way to practice. So I'm going to go a little bit slow. So it's kind of going to go like this. Like, you know, I'm just going to travel, build ramps like this. Or not build, but edit them. And I'm just going to go back and forth all the way until I finish the row. And eventually I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do the same thing. And maybe in some of them I will, like, mix and match the edits. So these are builds that you don't really do, or edits that you don't do too much in game, but the key of it is it helps you like kind of warm up your hands, give your hands a feel for the game, like, you know, build some doors. Obviously you guys make these. You don't do edits like this in actual games, but it's a good way to warm up your hands and get yourself going for playing for hours, or if you guys have an audience and you want to start streaming. This is a great way to start to warm up, and then, you know, after I go down the whole row, I'll just come back. I'll kind of like reset them, do them vice versa. It's just a good way to get your hands warmed up, get yourself warmed up, and just play a lot smoother in the game. By the way, when you guys do this, make sure you have good ping, because when you don't do it on good ping, it's going to feel like it didn't help. And then I'll kind of like do the same thing with the ramps, something like this. I actually just got on myself, and before I start streaming, I always do this, just because, you know, I want the gameplay to look good. I don't want to look like a bot. And then as I go back, you know, I'll just reset them. It's just a good way to get your hands used to like resetting for the day, editing the way you want, and then I'll just continue doing that for 5 minutes, and then after that I'll move over to aiming, and I'll move over to building, and I'll show you guys how this works. I actually spawned 9 bots. When you guys do this, make sure they have like maxed out health, so you can just continue shooting. But basically what I would do is I would spawn myself a shotgun, an SMG, and the AR, because these are the 3 main weapons. And then these guys are like for the close range. I'll just kind of practice my aim, do that, maybe do some builds, do builds like this. Kind of like things that you would do in like a typical solo game. And then if you want to like practice like strategic play, you know, like do some crouch movements, some up and down movements, practice like your headshots. This is exactly what you want to do. And then I spawn some of them for range, like, you know, just practice your headshots with the AR, your body shots. If you want to do like the crouch, I just kind of spawn those there. And then if you want to get fancy, of course, start building. Once you start the game, all of these builds actually go away, so none of it actually matters. So that's just a good way I found to practice my edits, practice my aiming. And then to go on to the fun part, I actually set up a little area meant for builds, and there's actually nothing here. This is just meant for me to crank. So if you guys want to work on your 90s, work on your blocking people with pyramids, work on your like traveling up with the edits like these, you know, get the movements going, work on your 90s and stuff like that. This is exactly how you guys want to do it. I mean, not exactly like this, but it's just a good way to practice. Like right now, my 90s aren't that good, but after like 5 minutes of doing this, it'll feel a lot better, a lot smoother. And I just found this to be such a good way to work on everything. And then again, guys, every round you have about 5 minutes, so take advantage. You know, if you want to work on like new edits like this, I don't even know, like, take your time, learn what you want to do. If you're not that good with drop edits, like stuff like this is the perfect time to work on it. And also in creative, there's no fall damage, so if you mess up, you don't die, and you still have 5 minutes to try and ace it. So this is just a good way if you guys want to up the timer and just practice a lot more, go for it. But yeah, guys, I just found this to be such a good way to warm up for tournaments, warm up for streaming, warm up for gaming for hours with friends. Just practice my builds, practice my edits, practice my aims that you don't necessarily do in game, but they do affect your overall gameplay. Like not do in game edits like this you do when you're like boxed up, and aiming like this you typically do when you're also boxed up, you know, getting those crouch up and down shots. And I just found this to be such a good way to practice every time before I play. So I hope this video did help you guys out, and I actually did incorporate this in some of my live streams if you guys want to check it out. And if you guys want me to make a video on how to make these, let me know. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today's video on how to practice your overall game for tournaments, for gaming, for streaming, for everything. So I hope this video did help you guys out. If you guys want to see a part 2, because I have so many more tips, let's see if we can drop 200 likes on this video. And don't forget to use our supporter creator code TheBrothers. And like, comment, share, turn on notifications, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for joining. And yeah.